Alright, here we are again. So, what in the world is this? We have missions. Not use any plasma attacks. Boss, who has not have a name in under 1 minute. I guess we're gonna go through this game mission mode now? I have no idea what happens if you complete stuff in mission mode. Also, we get to play as Evil Danny again. Okay, what are the things I want to do with Evil Danny? I don't think there are any enemies over here. I was thinking there's some attacks I wanted to try out with him. Alright, so he can go into the... He can combo into the laser just like everyone else. You have to do it before his last hit. Presumably he has an animation if he manages to get killed too, but it seems unlikely to have happened. I don't think any enemies drop anything here. If they do, then I can pick it up with this presumably. Is there anything else I wanted to try doing with him? I thought there was something else. Can't remember what off the top of my head. Oh, one was, okay, so I cannot turn back into normal Danny, unsurprisingly. I never did figure out what happened that one time. I seemed to float for a second as normal Danny, intangibly. Alright, but real quick. Game did say I should... Oh, why not put it on hard now? Game did say I should... do a combo at some point. Do not use any plasma attacks. Oh yeah, he can run too, just like everyone else. Oh, that's a nice combo there, right? Didn't take much work. Oh, big old bounce. I got right there. It's a little annoying having to not use special attacks on this thing, since I have some much more powerful attacks I could use. Particularly the large laser beam. If you remember right, I eventually destroyed this using the large laser beam last time. And you have to attack this thing a lot, don't you? And to me, it doesn't look like it's taking obvious damage to start with. The game said I can't use any plasma attacks. Would the whale count as a plasma attack? Presumably not. There we go. See, I think you have to use some kind of special attack to destroy that thing. But the plasma seems to work just, or the whale seems to work just fine. And very nearly combo her to death immediately. Does she have multiple bars of hell or something? And she really does. Looks like she has 3 bars of health. I think the timeline might stay the same though, regardless of what difficulty I'm on, so this might be a problem for... She eventually gets invincibility out of your combo, unfortunately. I don't know about being this boss in a minute though this way. How much change does this do? Not in this case. She was invincible when I used it. I don't know if that was within a minute. Darn it. Fantastic. Alright, well, we can see how much damage the whale does. I was just trying to not be cheap by using the whale in the very beginning, but that might be the key to things. You can also get a pretty arbitrarily large combo this way. Alright, come on. So you just have to do a lot of damage to it, or what? I attacked this thing for a long time. Which I don't charge when I'm attacking. Oh, wait. I don't know if it does more damage when I have my bar fuller or not. Okay. Take 2 on Val. Sorry, I forgot I didn't have the will charged up yet. And this seems possible to do in 1 minute using the will, just difficult. The will doesn't do that much damage. Although I can use the laser now, can't I? And I guess at this point, I'm just kind of making life hard for myself by not using all my attacks. I feel like if the first time I had just used the whale, when she was actually vulnerable, instead of completely invincible, I would have encountered her. Wait, was that exactly the same amount of time as last time or something? What's happening now? Okay, but this time we can use the laser at least. That was an interesting way of moving relative to the camera. Come on. Maybe this thing just... I thought this thing, once you started doing damage to it, it actually started showing a little bit more visible damage on itself. It's not feeling that way now, though. Come on. So this level is basically just attack a square. Hopefully most of these won't involve this amount of repetition. Of course I can go on to a lower difficulty too, where I don't think Val will have so much life. I can manage to use my combo, there we go. And if it actually lands on her, of course. I don't take much damage though. I wasn't taking before. Oh, I don't know why I keep messing up the timing on the laser at this guy for some reason. I don't like how sometimes I can manage to get her to stand combo, sometimes I can't. And I'm having a hard time turning off this laser, this is not helping. I don't think I did very well there. That was worse! Okay. Let's see if... going back to normal difficulty reduces how much life she has. I have to... I'd like to play this on harder difficulty, but if... Yeah, defeat boss under a minute. If they're just gonna give bosses way more life and then tell me to defeat them quickly, that's not gonna work for me. I don't know how efficient this was compared to any other attack. Okay, so now she only has 2 bars of life, it looks like. Yeah, so naturally this is gonna be a lot easier now. Why'd I have such a hard time doing the laser with Needle Danny? Seriously. But maybe it doesn't work if you have... Nope, that didn't hurt here at all. Yeah, not scaling the time you're given with the amount of life they have is a little dumb. Like it looks like it's barely possible to do that on hard, but are these gonna say not use plasma? No. See, I'd like to win sensible. Play on hard. Just to see what it's like. I don't think it was on easy by default, because that would give bosses 1 health bar. Alright, anyways. 5 goes less than 30 seconds, that sounds arbitrary. That sounds trivial. No plasma, and 6 combo attack, which is also trivial. I could probably just got 2 of those. Well, it's probably enough enemies quickly enough. I do actually like the bat. The bat is... unlike the other weapons I've seen, it actually has a nice combo to it. It gives a nice vertical element to your attacks, too. Not that it matters much getting energy when I can't use plasma attacks now, but I don't know. That's probably 5 enemies in 30 seconds again just now, too. These are really... I forgot these are really short levels. As well. See, I don't like this one at all. Thankfully it doesn't totally overtake your attacks. But that's another thing I don't quite get. I don't quite get what determines when you do or don't do which attack when you have these alternate weapons. And this one seems to be that you'll still attack normally whenever you have... Oh, great. Seems like you still attack normally whenever there is a projectile still on screen. Here, it seems like you can't attack immediately twice in a row with a weapon. But I mean, it doesn't lead into a combo well at all. You just kind of stop in place for a bit. And the range is nice. Yeah, see, but then sometimes I attack it lots of times in a row like that. I have no idea how that works. Can I not run through this? Oh, I can. Beautiful. You don't actually need to use your... So what's the point of having invincibility, or invisibility, kind of similar, intangibility ability, this one? Oh, I can't use the whale. I guess you can't use the wheel until later in the game. I figured I'd still be able to use it now, because I got it on my first playthrough. I have my other abilities, don't I? Not that I've tried. What's the point of the intangibility, which takes energy, if you can just run and get all the benefits of intangibility while also moving at a faster speed? Come on, where are you? Still wish I had a different. Still wish I had an air attack like Evil Danny does that isn't just your ground attack. Oh. Roll 2-1-4. How does that work? I'm a little confused by the. I do not want those classes. I'm so confused by the nomenclature here. It looks like it makes sense when you look at the actual. Level select screen. I sure use that level up menu soon now though, because I would not mind something else that spice up my combos, because I'm basically just bottom mashing at this point. I am jumping around and whatnot too, I guess, but it's especially with me not being allowed to use my more interesting attacks. And the... Fine, I guess I'll grab this. It's at least a piercing attack. One way of mixing up combos was choosing whether or not to use the laser. Except if I'm not allowed to use plasma attacks, I lose that. So I can basically use my default combo. I mean, I fully skipped that, but okay. No, just more damage. I'll take it. Yeah, I can't fully make out how these are ordered, but oh well. Alright, so that's all for this episode. I guess we're really just playing through the game again, but oh well, why not? Playing a little bit differently. Seeing what else this unlocks too. Bye everyone.